Welcome to Game of Roses. I'm Chad Kultgen. Today, the 30-second teaser came out for Jenn Tran's upcoming Bachelorette Season 21. It's just a few short weeks away now, but these teasers always come out right before the season, and they give us a glimpse into what we can expect. I thought we would go through it and really break it down almost frame by frame, if you want to join me for that, as we are now entering what is set to be a historic moment in Bachelor Nation. So we're going to take a look here. We open with this shot. It's on a racetrack. This is very likely a one-on-one date, a race car date. We've seen this exact date before. Emily Maynard, you may recall in her season of Bachelorette, or sorry, it was in Brad Womack's, I believe, season 15 of Bachelor. She was forced to get in a race car with him. So there we go. We see Jenn is doing some donuts. We see July 8th.
This is the moment.
This is the moment. Here's a shot of our guys. Now, this could be international, or this could be somewhere in the United States. We don't know, but this is looking like, how many guys are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus, we can see maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. That could be a group date, or it could be all of the guys arriving in some international location. I'm not sure exactly where this is. Getting a good look at some of our guys, sizing them up there. I don't see Brett Harris in the mix. He is the player that a lot of us are keeping our eyes on because he kind of defies the traditional body type of players in Bachelor and Bachelorette.
I'm going to fall in love.
That is a one-on-one date. Looks to be a perhaps Northern California winery. So this is very likely while they're still in quotes, the mansion. We know we're getting a new mansion this season. It will not be shot at Villa de la Vina. So maybe this is an extension of wherever the new mansion is. I'm not sure.
Love.
Oh, sorry, we skipped look like a little fireside chat there. This could be at the new mansion. I'm guessing this is at an after party or a cocktail party, more likely, before a rose ceremony at whatever the new mansion is going to be. That would be my guess as to what this is. They're going so fast. The cuts are so fast. This looks to be probably an international one-on-one date, I would guess. So fast, these cuts. This, I don't know where this is, but this, again, is a one-on-one date. So we're getting some good ideas of the guys that are going to wind up on the one-on-one dates. There's our race car that we started the promo with. Boom, she plows through a giant. Plows through a giant stack of boxes, and there's pink dust goes everywhere.
I'm going to do it my way.
She's going to do it her way. It's her turn. Oh, wow. Look at these shots. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The Bachelor has been getting eaten alive by all of the Netflix shows. Love is Blind, specifically Perfect Match. If you're watching Perfect Match Season 2, you can follow me along in our Patreon right now at patreon.com/Game of Roses. I'm breaking down every episode. But you know that these Love is Blind, these Perfect Match 2, really everything on Netflix, all the kinetic content reality shows just look a million times better than Bachelor. But here, they're showing us when they want to, they can pull some rabbits out of the hat. Look at this beautiful shot. It's Jenn walking on this kind of wet sand out by the ocean. It's glimmering almost like a mirror. It looks very magical. Look at this beautiful shot. They're spinning around her as they make her stand there. And this is the kind of attention to detail and also the elevation of the product, visually how they're presenting it, that I think Bachelor absolutely needs to be having more of, or it is going to fall by the wayside to all the kinetic shows. So I'm glad to see them doing this. Her choice.
I feel more confident.
Okay, that's a rose ceremony. How many guys we got there? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably 12 there. So that may be a mid-season rose ceremony. Probably in week 3, I would guess. No sign of Brett Harris, at least in this image.
Than ever.
A skydiving date now. These obviously are time-honored traditions. We all remember the Colton Underwood skydiving date where he screamed. But many people have gone on skydiving dates. You'll remember season 25, Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell, where Rachel Kirkconnell almost died when her landing became more of a crash landing than a smooth landing in her skydiving date. Hopefully this one will go better for Jenn and whoever she's on the date with. Now, a beautiful shot here. Is this the new mansion? This is very fairy tale-esque. It looks like it is right out of a Game of Thrones show or something. We have our red carpet. We have the little lanterns, the candles. I like the look of this. Now, I don't know if this is the new mansion or if this is perhaps somewhere they're staying or somewhere they're visiting when they go overseas. But I could see this potentially being the new mansion. If so, it's a great look, I think. It's very reminiscent of the place that they stayed in for Lorenzo Borghese's season 9. Wait, let me go back. I'm so sorry. So this is her coming into, I believe that, yeah, you can see the lanterns and the red carpet. So this is the interior of that place. And this is really a kind of introduction inauguration shot. We always get that in Bachelor and Bachelorette. After all the players have arrived and they've done their night 1 limo exits, we then see the lead walk in, and we get a shot very similar to this in almost every season, where it's kind of the grand introduction of the lead to all the players as they're coming in to deliver their inauguration speech, to pick up their glass from what we call the first responder, the person who gives them a drink, and then they deliver a speech, and then it gets into the one-on-one conversations of that night. That's likely what this shot is. So I'm now assuming that this is, in fact, the mansion, the new mansion that they're going to be shooting the season in.
I feel like
Helicopter date. Another time-honored tradition. That's a big one. Whoever gets the helicopter date, usually that means the producers like you quite a bit.
the main
Oh, shit. I don't know who this guy is, but he got the helicopter date. Congrats, dude. We're going to be waiting and watching to see this one unfold.
character in my own love story.
Main character in her own love story. Now, there's another date. I'm not sure who this guy is either, but he's getting what we call the animal husbandry equine date. The equine, the horse, is a giant symbol in our beloved game. As we know, we see this date in every season almost. Very rarely do you have a season that doesn't have somebody on a horse. And that can either be used as a sign of favor from the producers, or they can try and give you a bad horse and give you a fool edit, which we've seen a million times as well. Hopefully that's not the case here. Okay, so that's probably the same race car date that we saw the clips from in the beginning, I would guess. And whoever this guy is, he's winning. Okay, wow. So what is this? Is this a bowling alley? Where are they? Is this a nightclub? I can't tell exactly what this date is, but this play that this guy is doing is what we call a voluntary nudity play. It's whenever a player decides they're just going to strip down. Corinne Olympios most notably performed a voluntary nudity play on her group date, in which she and many other players in season 21 of The Bachelor had to go dress up as brides, get photographed by the incomparable Franco Lacosta, and she chose to take off her bikini top when she was in the pool with Nick Vial, exposing herself. That is a voluntary nudity play, very similar to what we're seeing here. And of course, Jen likes this. Well, what have we here? Is this a rugby date? Yes, it is. Now, if we all remember back to season 15 of Bachelorette, there was a rugby date where Luke Parker basically folded in half a man named Luke Stone on the rugby pitch. Will we see something similar happen here? This is technically what we call a forced violence group date. Now, it's not as forced violence as, say, in Bachelor season 23, when Hannah Brown was forced to fight her fellow players in stick fighting, but this is similar. This is designed essentially to bring out the male competitive ego, to get the guys out there really tackling each other, potentially really hurting each other. We'll see what the outcome of this is, but as I said, the last rugby date that I remember was during Hannah Brown's season, where Luke Parker tackled Luke Stone out of nowhere, and it was not a good outcome for Luke Stone.
This is the beginning.
Was this a pirate ship? Not a pirate ship. My apologies. I thought maybe we were reprising the pirate stage date that I want to say was Ari Leindyk's season, maybe Juan Pablo Galavis' season. I can't remember which. But this looks to be an actual yacht on a real body of water. So I'm not sure who exactly is on this date. It looks to be a group date. From the what I'm getting here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 10 guys, maybe even if you want to count this guy in the back, an 11th guy. I'm not sure how many are there, but that does seem to be a group date. Maybe it's a deep sea fishing group date. I could see that. There's a one-on-one. Or perhaps that is an after party. Although I would say the suit and tie makes me believe it's a one-on-one. And it's a fireworks one-on-one. So whoever that guy is getting the works. Pelico, I see down there in the bottom left. I'm not sure. Where is Pelico? Let's see what that is. Let's see if we can get some information on this. Bear with me. It's an Australian clothing manufacturer, so I'm based in Melbourne, and that exact sign is what I am now looking at on my telephone. So I'm guessing this takes place somewhere in Australia. Melbourne, I guess.
Of a new era.
A new era. We get this beautiful shot of Jenn walking straight toward us. And there you have it, July 8th. Jenn Tran is coming our way. There is a lot of action that appears is going to happen in the season. I'm looking very forward to checking out that first glimpse of our new mansion and these shots. I hope we get more shots of Jenn standing on wet sand or whatever they want to do. But it's a very cinematic shot, and it just goes to show that the producers this season are really taking into account how the show looks. And they're not just going by the paint by numbers kind of thing they've done for the past decade. They're trying to make it new. I applaud them for that. We will see how this season goes, but I, for one, am incredibly excited for it, and I hope you will join us at Game of Roses for coverage of every episode of Bachelorette Season 21, premiering on July 8th.